Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
The latest official figures show that the proportion of crimes solved by police in England and Wales has fallen to the lowest level recorded. According to the Home Office, fewer than 8% of all offences resulted in a charge or a court summons. And recorded crimes involving a knife or sharp object rose 8%. That too is the highest on record. Our special correspondent Lucy Manning reports.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
Guns drawn. A dramatic arrest by West Midlands police. The man had been spotted carrying a gun, which was later found hidden behind a dustbin.
Get on the floor! Get on the floor! Get on the floor! Get on the floor!
His friend was also chased down.
Have you got any weapon on you, fella? Okay, relax.
A large knife found on him. They were jailed this week, but with knife and gun crime rising, it's getting harder to stop. Dawn Lewis knows the pain of knife crime. Her husband Giovanni was repeatedly stabbed and killed 2 years ago.
This person not only took my husband's life, took mine with it. I'll never get over the death, his death ever. I haven't put him to rest yet. His ashes are with me.
It was alleged he was killed in connection to drugs. His family deny that. They want more action to deal with knives.
I feel the government are not concentrating on knife crime or any crime, serious crime. I feel that they're more interested in Brexit. Stop and search, more police, tougher sentences, stop slapping people on the wrist for having a knife. If you've got a knife, why you got a knife?
In the year up until March, more than 43,000 crimes involved a knife or a sharp object. That's up more than 3,000. Robbery was also up 11%. And the proportion of crimes the police are solving is down. Now just 7.8% of offences end up with someone being charged or summonsed. On an estate in Sutton Coldfield, CCTV shows a hooded youth trying to break in. The residents have hired private security, feeling they just can't rely on the police.
Police resources are stretched. Patrolling estates is a low priority. We need to put more money into the policing.
There's frustration here that so few crimes are being solved.
No one should be surprised by that reduction. When you have 20,000 less police officers, the officers who remain and the staff who remain have a bigger workload. It takes longer to get crimes processed through the whole criminal justice system.
We're investing more in the police this year than last year as a country, £1 billion more going into our police system, and we've made specific money available for serious violence.
Politicians are now promising there will be more police. Lucy Manning, BBC News.
Knife crime in England and Wales is at a record high and has risen by more than 40% since 2010. The number of violent offences has also shot up. Official police figures show while overall crime stayed steady, knife-related offences are up 8% in the 12 months to March, and violent attacks are up 20%. Despite senior officers calling for more resources, police numbers have only risen by 1%. There are big regional differences as well. Essex saw violent crime jump by 39%. Our national editor Allegra Stratton reports from one estate in Chelmsford where they've taken their own measures to protect and police their community.
In this pitch-black subway, metres from a playground, crack cocaine and heroin is sold and used on what looks like an hourly basis.
Well, there's another bag.
Another one.
So, in the last minute, we've picked up about 5 or 6 empty bags that had drugs in.
In all, there were around 20 discarded wrappers.
If I don't pick it up and someone else's child comes along and they would have touched that and put that in their mouth and something was to happen, I would feel bad myself.
Plenty of drug dealing, but not plenty of police officers, they say. And so Alex, Dave and others have stepped in.
We're a pressure group. So basically we'll go out there and we'll put the pressure on the authorities to do what they should be doing.
It's a full-time job though.
It is. We work sometimes 60 hours plus. We don't get paid for what we do it because we care.
But it's worth it. As parents are picking up their kids, Alex finds drugs wrappers outside the school.
It was never as bad as what it was when he first started here, and now it's just like, it's horrendous.
What do you think would be the measure that would make the most difference?
More police, walking, watching.
Would that make you feel better?
Yes, a lot better. because it'll make me feel safer.
Essex has seen an 18% rise in crime this year. Some of it will be down to better recording, but this suggests there may also be an increase too. So many wallets are stolen near here, locals fund a free phone for victims to cancel their cards. The story of these Good Samaritans is repeated around the country. Quiet, leafy neighbourhoods dealing with robbery, drugs and violence.
No, I don't feel safe. And do you know what? A couple of months ago, I was at Meagate Shops and there was a man there and he was off his face on drugs. And me and my friend was walking down an alley and he actually chased us down an alleyway and we were just like, oh my God, running for, like, scared for our lives. But no, it's not a safe place.
This group do not want to be called vigilantes. They insist they are not taking the law into their own hands, but they make no apology for being vigilant. They just want to get back their communities and open spaces, not to mention their peace of mind. Allegra Stratton, ITV News, Chelmsford.